guest with me today, so thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we'll just wait a few seconds and see if anyone hops on. Yeah, it has been another beautiful week here. We are located in Guanacaste, Costa Rica. Such a beautiful, sunny and windy today place to be. We are coming to you from Rythmia Life Advancement Center, and we've had a week full of miracles.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, so I have Stephanie joining me today. Yeah, and if you guys are joining, if it's your first time watching, welcome. If you've been here before, then you're familiar with all the miracles that happen. So tell us where you're joining from. If you're planning on coming in the next couple of months, just tell us when you're coming so we can get looking forward to seeing you. And if you've been here before, then just say hi. So Stephanie, tell us, where are you from?
I'm from Newfoundland, Canada.
So you're enjoying this warm weather?
Yes, it's beautiful. I'm not looking forward to going back to the cold.
You could always stay another week.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Yeah, so when did you originally hear about Rythmia?
I remember it was July of 2018, and I was at work, and I had a really bad day at work. And so I went, that evening I went to YouTube looking for something healing, motivational, and I guess the universe guided me towards the documentary, The Reality of Truth.
Yeah.
So I watched that, and I was very intrigued, and then of course that guided me to the Rythmia Facebook page, and so I've been following it ever since.
Cool.
And it just kind of came to a point in my life, and I've been watching the Rythmia page, so it came to a point in my life where I knew it was time to be brave.
Yeah.
And come on down and visit.
So the medicine was calling you.
The medicine was calling me.
Yeah.
There is no doubt in my mind that the medicine was calling me.
Yeah. Let's see. Hi, Christian. Yeah, so The Reality of the Truth. If you guys haven't seen that, it is available on YouTube, and also the medicine documentary. I think the trailer for that is also on YouTube, so you can find out a little bit more about Rythmia and what we do here. So yeah, so I'm so excited for you to share your miracles. I know it's been a beautiful week for you.
It's been
and
amazing.
all the other, I believe we had 96 guests this week.
Yes.
And Shaman Dirk was our guest speaker.
Yes,
and
amazing.
yeah, it was a really good week. So you arrived here on Saturday of last week.
Saturday.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And how was it once you landed at the airport and getting the van to get here?
Well, it was amazing. I stayed overnight in Liberia the first night, and so I was a little nervous waiting for the shuttle driver to come. I was at the door really early waiting, and the shuttle arrived, and kind of then everybody gathered together that was coming to Rythmia, and we were all kind of in the same place because I don't think there was anybody on the shuttle that had any experiences with plant medicine. So we were all in anticipation of what our week was going to be like.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I had just, it was amazing. And we pulled up, we had a beautiful drive here, and then we pulled up in the front area there, and everybody's waiting for us to get there.
Yeah.
And, we had we checked in really quickly, and we were provided with information, and we had our medical intakes, and yeah, so I felt very welcomed and very safe, first when we got here, and I felt like I was in the right place.
And
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
You are.
I am, absolutely.
Yeah, so coming here by yourself,
Yeah,
and then meeting now family, but
Yes.
strangers from the
Yes.
beginning, and feeling safe
yes.
is so important.
It was so important.
Yeah.
It was so important. And immediately I met several people who I already felt connected with. I felt like, I don't know if we knew each other in another lifetime, or it was brilliant.
Yeah.
And the group that we had all week was just amazing.
Yeah, it's like all of the souls were called together
Yes.
at this specific time.
Yes.
And there's a familiarity of
Yes, it
we've
was,
been together before.
it was a beautiful energy. Yeah.
Yeah. So cool. So once you got here and you got checked in, then the first night you had breath work.
Breath work.
And how was that? Had you done that breath
I
work
had
before?
never done breath work. I've done some yoga training, but not breath work like this rhythmic breath work. And it was really amazing. Even in the first night, I felt like I was able to move a lot of emotions out of my body, and the staff were so supportive because I did actually struggle because I had felt like I was holding my breath a lot in my day-to-day and at work. I felt like my breath was always very shallow and couldn't let things go. And so in the first 3 minutes, to be honest, I really struggled, and I thought, I don't like this, and I really want to leave. And I, kind of worked my way through it. But some of the helpers, the staff came over to help me with my breathing, and it was just amazing. I was able to have like a really great release of emotion. That night was, letting go of some sadness and some anxiety. So that was the first night of breathwork. It was amazing.
And it's wild that we don't realize how shallow that we breathe in life until we learn how to expand our lungs and really fill it up and then release that. And it's a form of detoxification or purging.
Exactly. It was amazing.
And that's something that you can take home with you.
I'm going to take that home with me. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Every day. So important.
Mm-hmm. So how was night one of breathwork? So Saturday different than Sunday?
Sunday was also beautiful, but it was very different in that I felt so comfortable here, and I felt so like I was feeling joy. Yeah. So I went into breathwork, and I have a very loud laugh. But I went into breathwork, and I felt like I was able to move joy in my body. Yeah. And so my release was just laughter. It was just a whole lot of laughter. It was just amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can heal and laughter and joy and love and light. It doesn't always have to be hard.
No.
It's just the surrendering process, even to our own breath.
That's right.
The original medicine.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Breath.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So after that, then Monday morning you started with the opening talk.
Right.
And how was that?
That was amazing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just got another feeling of comfort, knowing that I'm in the right place. Lots of really great information about what was coming for us that evening, because that was going to be our first ceremony, and I was really nervous. Yeah. A lot of people were really nervous, so it really put us at ease.
Which is completely normal, and that's why there's so many classes here, including like the yoga, the guest speakers, the plant integrations every day, is to give you the information and to help you, guide you through the process of the entire week. Even though there are 4 ceremonies, we look at it as just one big ceremony all week.
Yes.
So it's a really beautiful process.
It was. Yeah, amazing.
So after the classes, leading up to the first ceremony, waiting in line, how are you feeling?
I was so nervous. I had no idea what to expect. I was terrified. I'm not going to lie. I was so terrified. I didn't know, I had researched and read a lot of plant medicine before coming here, especially leading up to knowing I was coming here. I was obsessed. I was obsessed with your Facebook Lives, and I watched everything Jerry ever posted. I watched Dr. Jeff. I watched all of his videos, and I got the opportunity to meet with him, and I told him that, he really, I trusted him just from YouTube videos, and all the information that he gave was so great. So I knew that no matter what came, it was going to be what I came here for. But I knew it wasn't going to probably be a very easy night for me.
And did you have a lot of expectations going into ceremony?
Not really. I just kind of wanted to be open and surrender to the process. Although the surrender part wasn't. Once I got there, the surrender wasn't really easy. But I just knew that I was here for a reason. It was all going to work out. It was all going to be perfect. Yeah. I just didn't know how I was going to get there.
Yeah. So Monday night ceremony was led by Christian, and it was a beautiful ceremony.
It was a beautiful ceremony.
Yeah. And so how was it for you once you got in there, picked your mattress, and then drank the medicine?
So I remember the first night I walked up to get my medicine from you, actually, and I was so nervous that my hands were trembling because I didn't know what was going to happen once I drank the medicine. Yeah. So my first cup of medicine was I released a lot, but it was really difficult for me. It was, I felt a lot of emotions moving, and they were emotions of pain and trauma. And I actually came here because I had PTSD really bad. So it was anxiety, depression. I felt like I was moving it, but it was uncomfortable. It felt uncomfortable, but I knew I had to get through the process. So then they actually called for a second cup of medicine. So I was feeling a little anxious about it, but I remember saying to myself, if this is what I have to do to heal, then let's just do this. This is what I have to do. So I was having a hard time, and I did have some amazing help from the helpers there. I felt so safe. And they just helped me. They actually walked me up to get my second cup of medication from you.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to you, like, this is so hard. I feel so much pain. I feel so much. And you just looked at me and said, good.
Yeah.
And you got me another cup of medication. That was amazing.
Yeah. Because
to take the medicine.
Everything that you're feeling has been living inside of you, and so the medicine is cleaning it out.
Yes. Yes.
It's so beautiful to see because
Yes.
you look a lot lighter and happier,
Yes.
and yeah.
Yeah, and I could just feel the medicine moving all of this. But then I could remember that, we have been told, and Jerry had said to us, just remember what's coming is going.
Yeah.
So what's coming is going. I just trusted that this is here, but it's leaving me,
Yeah.
and it's leaving me for good.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Amazing. So amazing. Let's see here. Hi, Zen. Hi, everyone. Hi, Meg. If you guys have any questions, you can always leave them here, or if you feel like coming to Rythmia, come on down. You can call this number or hop on to our rythmia.com. And so Monday night, clearly you were just off with a great start.
Yes, and I didn't really realize that until the next morning, because Monday night was hard.
Yeah.
Right? People have, you had to move this stuff to heal. But the next morning I knew whatever had happened the night before was perfect.
Yeah.
It was exactly what the medicine had planned for me.
Yeah.
And so I was nervous, but then ready for Tuesday night.
And a lot of the hardest journeys are the best ones, the most transformational.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
And it's worth it to go through 4 nights of plant medicine for a lifetime of change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
So Tuesday, you woke up feeling better.
I woke up feeling tired, but better. I knew that I had done, I had moved a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So, and I was still a little nervous about Tuesday night, but I knew that this process was going to get me to where I needed to be. I had to trust, surrender.
Yeah.
Just surrender. And I did feel like Monday night I was a little bit in my head, right? And I felt like there was a big distance from my head to my heart, and I was just trying to keep it in my heart, in my healing space. So then
Tuesday with Brad.
Tuesday with Brad was amazing. But the first part of the ceremony, I just, I had a hard time getting out of my head on Monday night. So in plant integration on Tuesday, Jerry was amazing, and he gave us all these tips about, even like asking the medicine to help us trust. So when I went in, that was my intention for my first cup, was just show me how to trust.
Right.
Show me how to trust the medicine. Show me how to trust the process. And almost immediately, once I started to feel the medicine, I just felt, the medicine showing me how to trust that, the medicine was going to do what I came here for, and to just trust that whatever was happening was perfect, and it may not always feel comfortable, but that, it was going to work, and to trust that it was going to work. So it was amazing. So then we got called up for the second cup, and I laid back on my bed, and I was there for about, 20 minutes, and then I just felt moved. I felt like Mother Aya was speaking to me, and she wanted me to, she was very clear, she wanted me to get off my bed and go out and look at the stars. So I had no idea how I was going to do that on my own, so I went to Ronnie, who's amazing, one of the helpers, and I said to her, Mother wants to have a consult under the stars. So she got a bed for me, and I went out and laid underneath the stars, and the stars look so amazing. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Yeah. And so I laid there, and I just felt so comfortable looking at the stars, and I felt like people, like I knew that people were dancing. I could see people dancing in the stars, and I felt so comforted looking at the verse, and I felt a really deep connection then with the medicine. And, that night I just felt that there was a lot of work being done in my body. I could feel that there was a lot of healing being done physically, mentally, emotionally. And then I just started to feel open in my heart space. And so then I had the most beautiful miracle of a merger with my soul, which I haven't felt in a very long time. And then I just knew that so much of me was being healed.
Yeah.
So then I looked up in the sky after, and I could see, you know, that the universe, I could see shapes of people dancing and stars, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
So then I went back in after the ceremony was over, and we got called back in with Brad, and he said, you know, your ancestors dance in the sky when you're doing this work and when you're healing. And I just, oh my God, I just saw them.
Yeah.
They're right there. It was just beautiful.
And they're always there.
Yes.
But in this human existence,
yes.
we don't have the capacity to be able to see that all the time.
Right. Right.
So the medicine opens that up
yes.
for us to really experience.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So Tuesday
So Tuesday was just beautiful.
Your smile says it all.
Yes, it was perfect.
And then Wednesday, the Divine Feminine Ladies Night with Sarah.
Yes. It was amazing. Another really amazing night.
Live music, almost the entire
music.
night.
It was beautiful. We started out with, like, I think maybe an hour of silence.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. The music the whole week was incredible.
Yeah.
But very shortly after I took the first cup, then again I was moved to, you know, medicine wanted me to go outside again. So again, Ronnie got me another bed and set me up all comfy outside, and just looked at the stars, and it was feminine night, right? So, you know, it was actually pretty funny, because the first thing she actually wanted me to do, the medicine wanted me to do, was to, you know, stop. She wanted me to, like, release myself, so she wanted me to take off my bra.
It's perfect.
It's wild. So then we went outside, and again looked at the stars, and I could just see, you know, my ancestors were dancing, and I could feel myself healing, and I felt, you know, the medicine working on my chakras, in particular my sacral chakra, which was amazing. And I was talked through the process, because it was, you know, it was uncomfortable at times, and then I was just reminded to breathe, and reminded, you know, to breathe, and I could feel, you know, the medicine working up my body. And I had asked that night, my intention was to heal my heart, because on Monday night it had showed me how broken my heart was. So I asked for my heart to be healed, and, you know, then by this time I had quite a lot of consults with Mother Aya. And so she said to me, she said, Steph, you wanted your heart healed, so here we go. And then I could just feel so much energy in my heart. And it was just, my heart was exploding with just love and joy and peace. And it felt, you know, at times it was, like, uncomfortable, because it was so intense, right? It was so intense. And I remember at one point, I was kind of like, I felt like I wasn't breathing through it. So I had forgotten to keep going back to my breath, right? So, which we get reminded of. And I remember, like, saying out loud, like, help me. I sort of wanted somebody to talk me through it. And Mother said, I'm here. So I'm helping you. So relax and breathe. And so she just talked me through the whole healing process that night. And it was just magical.
And, you know, you said something like, it gets intense. And so the medicine comes in waves.
Yes.
But so does life. So when we go back home and back into life, and life comes at us in waves, we also get to breathe and relax and know that the hard times will pass.
Yes.
So amazing. So it's a beautiful lesson.
It's beautiful. And then also, at times, you know, she would say to me, you're not alone, just look up into the stars. And of course, they were dancing. You know, just brilliant, beautiful. So, yeah, Wednesday night was amazing. Yeah, that was great.
I love
and then we all finished off the night with a really great dance, you know, and the music was incredible, and it was moving. It was beautiful.
Celebration, a lot of sweetness.
Yes, it was beautiful.
So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, amazing for you.
Amazing.
And then Thursday, Mitra was here. It was an all-night ceremony.
All night.
So we start around 7:30 and end when the sun comes up.
9:30.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Yeah, it was beautiful. And we all had an individual healing that night from Mitra. Well, from the team.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful. That night I went up, and it was a different
It's a different brew of ayahuasca.
Different brew of medicine.
We call it yahe.
Right. So that night was it was a little more difficult for me to swallow the medicine. It was a little different texture.
A little thicker.
Yes, it was. Still amazing. So I had my first cup, and then Mother did some healing on me, which was amazing. Some of it was not easy, but I was learning to just breathe through it and know that it's perfect. Whatever's happening with me, my body, it's just perfect.
Yeah.
So it was a little difficult actually after my first drink, and then we went up for the second one, and then shortly after they called for the first healing circle, so I was part of that. So I was one of the last people in the circle, so Mitra started like a couple of people over from me, and he moved around the circle, and as people were getting closer to me, I actually started to feel like I really needed to move some stuff. And so Mother told me, like, go ahead, because you have some things to release before they get to you. So I went ahead and released that energy, and then we had the healing. It just went into like a meditative state. It was just, and I got really emotional and so grateful. Yeah, it was just, so much beautiful energy. Yeah.
It really realigns everything from the entire week.
Yes.
And gives you a beautiful healing.
Yeah.
To kind of close everything down. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a lot of insights that night, in that Mother had been helping me prepare to get here, because when I actually made the phone call to come to Rythmia, I was in my anxiety was so bad that I said to Jordan, who I spoke to with sales. She said to me, she was telling me about the process, and I said, right now, in booking this trip, I am in such a place that I don't know how I'm getting myself across town today. So I don't know how I'm getting myself to Central America. So I knew I had to, but I didn't know how that was going to happen. But a couple of weeks before I came here, I felt something in me start to help lift that. And I think that was a release that I needed to actually get here. So she showed me that she was with me, and she was starting to work before I even got here, which was amazing.
Yeah, once you make that phone call, everything in life starts to align perfectly.
Yes.
And she really works with you before you even drink the medicine.
Yeah, it was amazing. So amazing. She even said, I watched you change up your diet and struggle with that, and I watched you, trying to give up coffee, and but it was just, I just felt like I started the cleansing process before I even got here. It's amazing.
Yeah. And hopefully you stick to some of those things, the healthier food, the choices of what we watch, what we listen to, the different musics. It's all information that comes to us. So beautiful.
So beautiful.
Yeah. And so you had a wonderful week of plant medicine.
Yes, it was, and it ended perfectly because Friday morning, after 14 hours of ceremony, I was outside, and the sun was coming up, and there was still a ceremony inside, and as the last ceremony was finishing, a huge swarm of dragonflies, not like a couple, 10 or 20, it was like hundreds of dragonflies surrounded the Maloka.
Like spiritual awakenings.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. I love it when they show up. So then last night, you got to go to breathwork.
Yes.
And how was the breathwork different after doing the medicine than before?
Well, for me, the breathwork was much easier, because the whole week I went back to especially when things were I was always going back to my breath. Yeah. Always going back to my breath. And so, breathwork I didn't feel, at first I struggled with breathwork, but it just felt really amazing. But yesterday I felt like so happy and so joyful, and I haven't had that in my life in a while. So I just felt so peaceful, and I went into breathwork, and again, it was a release of joyfulness. So it was a lot of laughter. I just had laughed because it was just I can't even describe it.
It's like the
amazing.
Light and everything has been activated in you, and so now you get to go back and share the love and the light that is within you, and people will see it and be drawn to it.
It truly is a miracle. It truly is a miracle, because I came here and I was not in a good place. I feel like, Rythmia saved my life this week. It truly saved my life this week.
So with you saying that, if there's somebody watching that's maybe on the fence about coming or not sure, maybe they're in a state of anxiety or depression, not knowing how they're going to get here, what piece of advice would you have for them?
I would say that they need to find, just be brave. Don't think about it. Don't wait 2 years to come here like I did. I waited 2 years to come to Rythmia from when I first learned about it. Just trust yourself and trust that, if you're being called to be here, then you just need to get yourself here.
Yeah. And Christian always says the universe rewards bravery, which we've seen this week.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's
and
so
so many brave people here. And know that you're not going to be alone. Like we were all, different journeys, but all here for the same purpose, which was to, heal something in ourselves that we felt needed to be healed.
And we're all healing together.
Together.
And when we work on ourselves, we work as a group, and then it spreads to our families, and then the whole world, and to our beautiful planet.
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah. I can't wait to get home and see my family. I can't wait to, so that they can see the difference in me and my friends, and it's just amazing. And I already have so many friends who I know that when I get home and they see the difference in me, then they'll be in Rythmia.
Yeah. And a lot of people you won't even have to say anything to. They're like, wait, something's different.
Yes.
Yeah. Your vibration is a little bit higher. And just stay connected to that. Stay connected to the breath work, to the meditation, to the yoga, to writing, singing, dancing, whatever lights you up.
Yes.
That is something that you can stay connected to spirit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's so interesting because when I was going to come here, it was I was at the place where I either needed, like pharmaceutical medication, or I needed to come here and get the plant medicine. And so I chose to come here and not go that route, which was really, really amazing because, that's certainly not the answer.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, a lot of the medication that we get from the Western doctors, it's Band-Aids, and I'm sure there are some cases that we do need medication.
Definitely.
But if you can choose between having something prolonged or Band-Aided for a while, or coming in and doing this work for 1 week, it's come on down.
Exactly. Come on down.
Come do it. Come see what it's all about. So yeah, let's see here. How many ceremony we do? 4 ceremonies. A lot of March. Again, you can call this number. You talk to. So, well, again, it's been an incredible week.
Beautiful.
So beautiful.
Amazing.
Yeah, everything is set up for you. If you do want to come, then just know that once you get here, you don't have to worry about anything. Massages, cleanses, there's bike rides down to the beach, there's a pool, really wonderful food, and loving staff that are here for you guys all of the time.
Staff are so amazing. Everything, the food, it's just amazing. The food, I felt like when I was eating it, I was healing my body.
Yeah.
It's just incredible, the food. The staff, I can't say enough about this place, It truly is miraculous what's happening here at Rythmia, and, I'm just so blessed to have been a part of it, and I'll definitely be back.
Yeah.
Definitely be back.
Do you know when you're coming back?
I'm not sure, but I've already, put my down payment, my deposit to come back. I suspect it will probably be either just before Christmas or early in the new year next year.
So do like a little yearly checkup?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Or whenever spirit.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Well, it's so beautiful to have you here, and thank you so much for doing this and for sharing.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, sharing with all of us. So, and thank you guys all for watching. We hope to see you soon. So everyone have a beautiful weekend. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks again. We'll see you guys soon.